Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome. It's your boy Trey Proper here on another amazing episode of Kinkazoids. I usually do the more energy thing, but I had a hell of a weekend. Let me go ahead and allow them to introduce themselves, my lovely co-hosts.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's a queen.
What's going on? It's your girl Chase C. Hayes. Doesn't matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
All right. As I said earlier, we have a great episode lined up for you. Beforehand, as I've done on multiple shows, I'm sending a special shout out to my little brother Jabari Joshua Durant. He graduated as Crucible. He graduated as Marine. Rough for you. Love you, little bro. Keep doing amazing. I'm gonna shout you out on every show I'm on.
Good job.
I don't care what nobody say, because I'm hella proud of the man. So yeah. Before we get started, how was you guys' weekends?
It was okay. I am also tired.
Why are you so tired?
Because I'm getting home till 4 a.m. So, okay. I mean, I don't have no kids right now, so I've been trying to get out there where the people are. Yeah, I'm tired. I think I'm all peopled out for a while.
Okay, Chase.
It was okay. I had to go to a funeral, but it was okay. Yeah.
Just bring that happiness down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, R.I.P. Uncle Mac.
Speaking in monotones for the rest of the episode.
No, R.I.P. Uncle Mac. But yeah, today's my cousin's birthday, so happy birthday, 88. But yeah, other than that, just pretty regular weekend.
Okay, yeah. So, of course, this weekend we celebrate my little brother, and not to say that I didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed this, but I went to BlurCon this weekend. It was amazing.
Black nerds. Woo.
I had to get that out of my system because I'm just coming back and I have no energy whatsoever. But I'm faking the funk, and we're going to get right into it. Now, usually here at Kinkazoid, we talk about your just desserts. We get some kinky stuff going. But, yeah, we ain't got nothing kinky to talk about this week. We're going to get right into the meat and potatoes of things. We're going to give you a fresh, fulfilling meal. We're going to edify you on some things. And, yeah, so first things first. We're talking about dating. Ooh, fun times. If you're over the age of 30, you are hating that word dating because it means you still ain't found nobody and you out here trying to find somebody, and it's I'm with you, I'm one of you. But one aspect of dating is that everybody in the beginning, when they meet somebody, they have to wear a quote unquote mask, a persona. They have their representative that meets the other person. And and along with that persona is the potential to lie about who you are, what you're about. So ladies, what's some of the biggest lies you've been told or you've heard on the first date? I'll let you go first, Chase.
My dating game is very, very non-existent. I think maybe I've been on like 3 dates, if you even want to qualify them as dates. But I will say that I was catfished. Not in like a real sense, but just like they had lost weight. And y'all know I like my big men's, you know what I'm saying? So the picture they had up, they had more weight on them. And then when I was like waiting outside of the 99 and he walked up, I'm like, oh, wow, you're like skinny. That's crazy. I mean, the date didn't go bad because he was skinny. It was just because he was mad mute. Like he talked really low, like the dude off of Awkward Black Girl. If you guys watch the Awkward Black Girl series that Issa Rae created, he was like whispering Davis. He was like, hey, like that. Like,
oh, wow.
And so if you imagine me already can't hear in a 99 going like, what? Oh, that's crazy. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he said, but yeah. And then he stalked me for a little while. But anyway, Trey, that was pretty much it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Did you have any lies that you've told?
No.
Okay. All right. Royal.
Yes. Okay, so I've been married for 5 years. So I've been out of the dating game for a while.
Rubbing it in the wounds of us single people out here.
We love to see black love. We love to see black love. Yes.
So I've been out of the dating pool for a while. But from what I can remember, the biggest lie that I was told. Honestly, it was just in regard to the guy's money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it seem like he was going to take me out on this, like, extravagant date and everything like that. And, you know, I got dressed up. He picked me up and hopped in the car. While we pulled up to the gas station, while we're talking about what we're going to do, you know, movie, dinner, blah, 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 blah. Then, when we get to the gas station, he says, "Oh, do you mind filling my gas tank up for me? I left my bank card in the house." So, from then on, I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. Take me home. I'm good. Yeah. Nah.
Okay, I'm at a loss for words, which usually doesn't happen. Yeah, that's just bad form, sir. Bad form. Yeah.
And the guy was older than me. He was, I was young. I want to say I was like early 20s. Dude was 31. So, he was in his 30s. He should have known better.
He was just trying to finesse you. That's the simplest of it. Myself personally, so Trey, have you ever told any lies? Of course I've told lies. The biggest lie that I've ever told on a date is that I'm actually 6'1" and I'm totally 5'11". I did that in my youth because I was a little self-conscious about my height. I had to do it. That's the biggest lie I've ever told on a date. I've never done anything as egregious as that, or lying about having kids or anything like that. But that is one of the lies that I've been told. I've been catfished with physicality, of course. We know my preferences. But also I've been told I don't have any kids, you know, when she got a whole crew.
Wait, and she excluded her children?
Yeah. Because I've never been, I have a limit. You have to have the most amount of children that a woman can have, for me personally, is 2. I don't want to be dealing with, you know, anybody else like that. Just no offense to anybody who have multiple children. Just me personally, that's my preference. And the granddaddy of them all lie that I've gotten, of course, is I'm single.
Oh. Because
there are plenty, not all, you know the rest, that have eliminated from the conversation when I'm booking them or I meet them or whatever, that they got a whole boyfriend, that they got a whole husband, that they got a whole situationship, that they got a whole, we're just living together and he sleeps on the couch and I sleep in the bed. And, you know, I just see him when I take a shower. Stuff like that. I've heard those conversations, and I've had those situations where it showed up later that this dude is your whole boyfriend. You know, there are situationships, and we've talked about those before, where you're still in a relationship with this person. You may not like them, but if you are still cohabitating, lady, you got a boyfriend. Get the hell out of my face. So, yeah.
Question for the classroom. Why when you impersonate a female, you turn into a Southern Belle? Like, out of nowhere? Like, you put on the strongest little Southern little thing.
It's just, that's the lady voice in my head. That's
the lady voice. From. Oh, okay.
You ever seen the show Herman's Head? Do y'all remember that from earlier? So there was basically, tangent, sorry, there's a show that had people that lived in, Herman had people that lived in his head, kind of like Inside Out. And there were different characters that would take over his body. And mine is, she's probably a Southern Belle. I never formed her in my brain, but yeah, she's probably a Southern Belle. All right, check out the comments on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Jamaica? Jamaica's actually out in BlurCon this weekend. She said it's ghetto. Okay, Ariel.
She's talking about me because I said I wanted to be where the people were.
Trukasami, I think that is Chuck Clark as well. I ain't actually date till after I got divorced. Wow. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
And let's see. Let's go on over to...
What did Manny say? I heard Chase face over here.
Let's see.
Drew says, why you gotta lie? Always keep it 100. Honestly, I feel like this. I feel like, 100% tell the truth. Because I'm going to find out anyway. You know what I'm saying? But like Trey said, when you're dating somebody, what you're meeting is that person's representative. You're not meeting the actual person. So they're going to tell you whatever it is that they got to tell you to get their foot in the door. And then once you start liking this person, then that's when all the shit starts to fall.
Mm-hmm. So. It's a good friend of mine once told me that when you're dating somebody, everybody has bullshit. And you just got to find somebody who's willing to help you deal with your bullshit, and you're willing to help them with their bullshit. And if your bullshit matches, y'all good to go. And I truly believe that to this day. Let's see. Yeah. So, Chase, earlier you mentioned something about catfishing. A man catfished you. So, I'm because and now it could just be me personally. I've never been, with the exception of the one time I told I was 2 inches taller than I was. I've never had a reason to catfish, and I can't fathom doing that. So, do you think it's a popular thing for dudes to do, to catfish women?
I mean, listen, y'all, I have told, I think, 2 different stories now. You know, I've been physically catfished, I've been two-fished, and I've been dick-fished. You know, I just don't know why people can't come
What's with the dick fishing?
yeah, the dick fishing was, terrible in itself. But yeah, I don't understand why people can't just be 100% with who they are authentically and be themselves and just, like, you know, let it be known, this is what I look like, this is what I am. There is a guy, actually, I think I sent the video to you, Trey, on Instagram to do a blind react to it. And I won't explain too much. You probably have it in your drafts, but essentially he said that I don't understand why women get so caught up of, like, why can't nobody love me? Why can't nobody find me? He was like, I'll tell you like this right now. There is not one day that a woman will not get screwed by, like, anybody gonna screw you. At some point in time, someone's gonna do it. Now, whether he love you or not, no. But, like, someone's gonna want you behind, you know? So it's like, someone's gonna want you. Someone out there wants you, regardless of the fact. And it doesn't matter how you think you look aesthetically. Like, you are wanted by somebody. Somebody's going to find you attractive. So I don't see what the problem is of, like, just coming to a person 100%. Like, I'm not coming on my profile talking about I'm 150 and 5'4". The hell? I'm going to show up looking like a beluga. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, for what am I lying about that for? Like, you know, be honest about who you are, and that's pretty much it. Like, what's the point of trying to meet up with a person or talking to a person if everything you start off with is a lie?
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
It's fair enough. I think there's also varying degrees of lies. You know, for instance, shape-ups. Yes, I know I need one. Our hair doesn't naturally grow like that. That's technically a lie. I'm fooling you into believing that my hairline is where it is. You know, my beard does not overgrow past the line of limit. You know, like there's little things like that. Girdles, for example, that's something that hides somebody's waistline. Men wear them as well. It's not just a women thing. So they're, you know, like you said, they're the representation. The representatives are up.
I feel like that's getting really technical, though. Hairlines and girdles.
I'm just saying, like, I'm using them as examples of stuff that people will augment on themselves.
Yes.
Try to put their best. Toupees, wigs. Now, I'm not an opponent of wigs, but wigs can be considered catfishing in some cases.
Well, you were speaking of men. Like, I personally don't think that. I think men do a lot of lying, like, per se. Like, my brother has a girlfriend now, so I'm able to say this. But, like, you know, I'm over here on BLK, Tinder, whatever, swiping through, and he comes up on my profile. Obviously, we're in the same area. And my brother said that he was 6'1". And I'm like, you 5'11" having ass bastard. What are you doing here? Lying on the daggone Tinders, which is 5'11" self, you know. So you're not the only one, Trey. My brother did it too. Okay, and he blames my mother for stunting his growth. My father was 6'6" and my mom was 5'2". So he's like, my mother basically stunted his growth, what he could have possibly been. But now men are coming out with a lot more ways, and we'll talk about that later, actually, to make themselves a lot appealing. Better in appearance and be more appealing to, like, comparison to other men. Well, obviously, we'll talk about it more. But in the dating aspect, I think that a lot of men are actually trying to put up a front of some kind. No more is about, like, are you hard? Are you hardcore anymore? It's more so of, like, you know, does your hairline exist? You know, and because there's so many different ways that a hairline can be drawn together again, and there's so many different surgeries that men are out. I mean, like, but now there's surgeries that men are getting, you know, to replace their hairline and stuff. So, like I said, we're gonna be talking about it later on. That kind of just ties into this, but I do think that men are starting to lie a lot more before, coming to a woman, which is a little weird to me.
See, Drew gets it. It's 5'11", put some Timberlands on, and you're 6'1". I did it for years. I'm not even gonna fake. I have no shame in my game on that.
And y'all feet are horrible because Tim's hurt.
Well, I mean, there's ways to wear Timbs. But anyway, I learned that from New York. Anyway. All right. So speaking of dating, during the dating process, or I guess would it be dating or would it be talking process, where you're in the communication, because, we preach communication here. Some people do not practice the right amount of communication. So, yeah. I'm going to turn this one over to you, Chase, because it was something you wanted to bring up.
So listen, we all know that myself, okay, fresh 29-year-old, okay, might I add. The dating game is a hard one. Thank you. The dating game is a hard one to live, all right? And just like Trey said, if you're over the age of 30 and you're dating, it just means that you have not found the one yet, and or you found the one, realized they were the wrong one, and trying to find another one for you, okay? Right. Those exist too. But what about when you are trying to court, as our older parents said, and trying to make sure that a person knows, who you are and take you seriously? Well, there's a conversation that I came across on Instagram that I thought would be hilarious to read to everyone. And then we're going to see whose side are you on, who's right and who's wrong. It starts off with the female. She got his phone number from a mutual friend of theirs. So she says, "Hey, Sasha told me to text you. This is Jada." He's like, "Hey, that was like 3 days ago." She said, "Sorry, I've been busy." Girl, you wasn't washing your hair for 3 days. Anyway, It's all good, shorty. You've been busy. Are you busy Friday night? She goes, "Actually, I'm off on Fridays." He's like, "Cool. I would love to take you out if I'm not being too forward. We love a respectful man." She says, "That sounds nice. Where are we going?" "This new restaurant downtown called Sweet Peach. I would love to try it." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the Sweet Peach menu. It's a bit expensive, not gonna lie. The appetizers start off at $60. Now, not for nothing, I ain't paying $60 for no damn appetizer on me, So he's like, "I was thinking I'll cook for you. My condo has a nice deck with a view." She said, "Honestly, I'm tired of being cooped up in the house, COVID. I want to get out. What's your budget then? I want to get out. Sorry." He says, "Well, if we wouldn't be inside to have a rooftop view, we would be out. It doesn't work. If that doesn't work, there's a Ruby Tuesdays not too far from me. Is that okay?" She said, "Ruby Tuesdays? Nah, that won't work. They're on Grubhub, sir." And she put some laughing emojis. He said, "So is Sweet Peach, okay?" And she's like, "Are you trying to be funny?" And he's like, "No, I was just replying to your joke. So yes, I was trying to make you laugh. They're on Grubhub. I looked. Does Ruby Tuesdays work?" She's like, "Actually, I'll be busy. I forgot I told my coworker that I'll take her shift Friday. I'll be too tired." He's like, "Oh, well, since you said no to Ruby Tuesdays, I called Sweet Peach and made reservations, though. I'll cancel. Sorry you had to work. Have a good night." She's like, "No, wait. I can tell her that I'm sick. Let me call. Don't cancel." He says, "Well, you couldn't tell her you were sick for the Ruby Tuesdays, though. Okay." For the nasty behind burgers. All right. Then she says, "Well, I didn't think of it till then. I'm sorry. Are we good now? What time Friday?" He said, "Okay, cool. 7:61 p.m. She's like, "You mean 7 p.m.? 7:61 doesn't exist." He's like, "Yeah, the reservation didn't either. Have a good night." So
First of all, put the glasses down. That's my first thing.
Now that readings with Chase is over, we should do that more. I love reading stuff and giving the animation.
I did enjoy it.
Okay. Let me go first in saying that when this first crossed my mind, we always bring stuff to each other to talk about different topics for the show and everything. And I seen this and I was like, "Ooh, this is a good one," because I feel like a whole lot could be said for the in between. Right. Now, I won't say that anyone was just, and I won't say anyone was completely wrong, okay? What I will say, because I want to see you guys, whatever, I want to be the middle fence here, okay? Devil's advocate, all right? What I will say is that it was very fair of her to say, what's your budget then? To be able to try to work with him on what restaurant would be beneficial for him to take her out on a date, okay? what I will say was the wrong thing to do was sit here and do the whole, oh, well, I'm sick. Or I'll cover a shift out of nowhere on Friday now. Like, you could have definitely just not did that. You could have just went with the flow conversation, waited till homie's next paycheck, or whatever may have you. Him doing the whole 7:61 p.m., hilarious. Loved it. I like that. I'm going to use that for just any other thing in life, from now on. But I will say that I understood both sides. For her side, it was basically like, I got your number from a mutual friend. Let's go make a date. You attempted to look. You seen the prices. I'm trying to work with your budget here. I don't want to go to Ruby Tuesdays. So I'm going to be an a-hole about it. And now look where I ended up. And I also understand his side. I really wanted to talk to you. I made my friend our mutual friend give the phone number to you or get the phone number from you. I want to take you on the date. The place you want to go to is kind of expensive. I thought we was having a funny moment, and now you got to work. Fuck you. Mm-hmm. So it's like a whole thing. But I will ask Royal first. Who do you think? Because I know Trey. This is going to be. For Trey, it's going to be a little bit of. Before I get into you, Royal. I can't say that. True. What your name is? Ruby Tuesdays used to be great. Cheesy says she deserved it. My Money Matters says she's trash, failed the test. Jamaica says she definitely deserved that. Drew said, why does where you eat matter? Just be happy you are going out and get to know each other. All right, yes. Royal, tell me, boo, what do you think about this situation?
Okay, so surprise, surprise. I am actually on the side of the guy. Mm-hmm. I am. And it's honestly because of the way that she handled it. Like, okay, you don't want to go to Ruby Tuesdays, whatever. You can make other suggestions. What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. No, I was telling Trey to close eyelids before a fly going there. I had them open.
No, but facts though. Like, I understand, initially she was saying that she didn't want to be cooped up in the house or anything like that. She was trying to work with his budget. Okay, yeah, I feel that. But when it got to the point where he was talking about going to Ruby Tuesdays and you acted like an asshole and made up some imaginary, shift at work or whatever, none of that was necessary. If you didn't want to go to Ruby Tuesdays, you could have told him, I don't want to go to Ruby Tuesdays. Let's try to find another restaurant or, even say this ain't going to work out, whatever. Don't, lie and make something up trying to get out of it. Yes. I think that dude was 100% correct, and the way that he handled it was hilarious, and she deserved it. Point blank, period.
All right, Trey. Put on Lockless on, and let's get toxic.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, God. I already agreed with you. You don't even need the glasses.
No. There's still plenty of toxic energy that I can inject into the situation. All right, so this goes back to a previous conversation we've had where we spoke about women shooting shots. Me personally, I don't think that women should shoot shots. I think that if this individual was truly interested, there would be no middle persons for you to get the number from in the first place. So if he had shot the shot, she would have already been privy to it and aware of who he was, because he would have if he's smart, present himself best foot forward, and shot a shot that way. Set the tone. Be a freaking leader about it. You have to, in my opinion. The other thing, so I think they're both wrong. I think she's wrong for doing what she did. She shot a shot. She shouldn't have done so. She let him come to you. Also, she was trying to set the tone of the date. She was trying to do that and control the narrative. No, ladies, my opinion, let the man pick where you want to go. And you have the option to say whether or not you want to go or not. Don't worry about his budget. Don't worry about his money. Yes, there are some hypergamous issues there, yes. But don't try to do it, because you don't know what's in that man's pockets. You don't know what he's doing. If he's interested, he's going to pursue and he's going to arrange the date. Men, at the tone. You shouldn't be, first off, if I'm just meeting you, our first interactions should not be through text. You need to hear my voice. You need to hear the inflections. You need to hear who I am and how I interact with you. Secondly, pick the spot, gentlemen. You choose where the date is going to be. You tell her what you tell. Well, I'm going to try to be as respectful with this. You tell her where to meet. You tell her where we're going and suggest what to wear. You know what I'm saying? So she can properly prepare, wink, wink, for the date. And I already said no texting. So I think that they're both wrong. I think this entire approach, if it's a real situation, the entire approach is wrong. And I agree with Drew. You're getting to know me. We're going out. In all honesty, we should be going somewhere simple. I'm not going to spend exorbitant amount of money, and I'm not going to waste an amazing date on somebody I just meet. No, you haven't even shown that you are worthy of that yet. Show me your worth through regular dating. But that's just how I feel about it. And I don't think that's too toxic to say.
No, not at all. I definitely do think that it should have. I'm sorry, Royal. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
No, I was gonna say, I was with Trey up until the point where he said something about, telling her what to wear or whatever. But I mean, I understand what you're saying about it now.
That suggestive attire. See, Trey, look on your side.
Attire. I get it. But no, I am on the same page with you where I'm saying, okay, the guy.
Not the 3 for 10.
I know.
3 for 10 caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, 3 for 10.
Yes.
You trying to do that, Jimmy?
I'm sorry to cut you real quick. Jamaica on YouTube. What if him giving the third party his number was he shot his shot inappropriately? Yeah. Be a man. Walk up to her. Make you have a third party involved in your situation. Why? You're not most women, not all, are not going to take why couldn't he come talk to me for himself? Was that Southern Belle enough for you? Why can't he talk to me himself? Like most girls would be like that. Like he should have came up to me, be a man, do this, da da da.
I don't know, because I've had hookups through friends. You know what I mean? Like I could have gone somewhere or gone to a friend's house or whatever, and the guy who was interested in me was there and told my friend later on, hey, who is Shorty? I like her, is she single? Blah, blah, blah. That situations like that happen. You know what I mean?
They do.
It's like, and then it becomes, once you tell the friend, like, oh, okay, yeah, he's cool. What's his, give me his information. Then it's hey, I got your information from such and such.
When I think about it in this aspect, if we're talking about this exact moment, this exact thing, we're talking about two mutual friends, two people who have a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. So this could have been a party, this could have been a birthday dinner, this could have been something that they both had seen each other, noticed each other, or whatever at this establishment, and the guy was like, yo, is your friend single? Like, let me know, whatever, she looks cute. And as we can see in the text message, he is not a forward kind of guy. You could tell because just off the bat of him just saying, like, can I take you out on a date if I'm not being too forward? Mm-hmm. So automatically we know that he asked his friend for the phone number, like, ask her, give her my phone number if she's willing to talk to me or not. I think that was kind of like a bypass one way of saying, like, if she wants to talk to me, she'll take my number, she'll text me. If she doesn't want to talk to me, then my friend will either let me know or I just won't hear from her, and I'll be like, it is what it is, and I'll just keep it pushing. I think in this aspect, because they're friends, all three of them are friends in one person link, he might have not wanted it to be awkward for any further occasions, any further interactions between the three of them, so that way his friend doesn't seem like she's stuck in the middle. So I understood in this aspect why he asked the friend to give the phone number and why he was being like, so nice and respectful. Just because at the end of the day, this is my homegirl's friend or this is my homeboy's friend. Who knows, like, how they're connected. So I think that was the whole thing with that. I was raised, never check a man's pockets. Don't ask him what he got, whatever he is. So I totally agree with Trey on that aspect. But at the same time, he shouldn't have said, that's expensive. The appetizers start at $60. What he could have said was saying, I don't know. I wasn't really trying to go out. Like, I really wanted to just know you more on a personal level. So would you mind if maybe we just did like dinner on the rooftop? You could have definitely ex-nayed that whole money conversation. So that it wouldn't have even been brought up. Right. I will say that it was nice of her to ask and say, like, well, what's your budget looking like? So that way maybe me and you could come together on a concise, like, place that I like and you like, so that way we can both kind of enjoy our date while also getting to know each other. I like Trey's idea of, like, saying, like, hey, this is where we're going to go, this is where we're going to eat, blah, blah, blah. Do that when you're my man. Don't do that before we're starting to date, because you might not like... Yeah, you can get, and you can go to freaking Cheesecake Factory and get some chicken nuggets and fries. Honestly, you can.
You can.
But it's the thing about, there might be a place that you might suggest to say, hey, we're going here, and I had a bad experience there. Whether the water tasted nasty, the food that was given to me was gross before I went there. Like, you never know somebody's experience at certain restaurants or the reviews that they might have heard about it or whatever the case may be. Shoot, I'd say to somebody, they say, oh, we're going to go to Fridays in Braintree. That's here in Mass. I'm like, no, we're not. We can go to the one in Stoughton. We're not going to the one in Braintree, because I heard, like, my friend worked there. It was bad reviews. It was nasty. Like, keep the kitchen clean. So you just don't know, like, exactly why that person would have chose the restaurant. So I would say this: if the conversation would have went in a perfect realm, he wouldn't have brought up the fact that the appetizers was $60. He wouldn't have brought up the fact that he doesn't have enough money to take her out on a date that expensive. He wouldn't have ever questioned her on what he wanted to do for her. She would have never questioned him about the budget. And at the end of the day, it probably would have been, all right, cool, I can come over your house because I know you through a friend. Like, we mutually know each other. We've hung around each other. So I don't feel too, what's that word? I don't feel unsafe. Like, I feel comfortable going to your house. Now, I don't know this man. We've met each other off of Tinder or whatever. I'm not going to your crib, my guy. I don't know you.
Yeah.
That's totally unsafe.
Right.
Totally
First dates
unsafe.
at the crib are out. That's not something you want to do. But I will say this. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna read like some of the comments. Jamaica said, I know she said she got his number from, but maybe that's just maybe. Strategic Dom said, I feel you, Trey. Drew said, so you got a friend, RIP. Oh, Biz Marquis, RIP, Biz Marquis, rest in peace, man. True said, I have someone whose best friend saw me on Plenty of Fish and set me up on a date for her. Jamaica said, that makes sense too, C. Hayes. Drew said, but that ish is expensive though. Jamaica said, as far as a first date, I'm not going to somebody's house, rooftop, or property patio. Exactly. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, so
you have to, then this is why communication is key, and this is why text messages are not a good way to go when you're in the beginning. So the other thing that men should be worried about in these situations, because yes, women, you do have the things that you should be concerned about as far as dating, but foodie dates, these are a lot, not all. Some women who only date so they can get a meal. They don't have any interest in the individual whatsoever. It's just, I could get a meal out of him. And if he's really let's take back that word, it's not YouTube friendly. If he's really out there for me, I can get him to take me to this expensive restaurant that I can't afford to go to myself. So, gentlemen, be wary of those. Don't go spending don't go blowing your load of your wallet at Blue Dolphin, wherever high class Salt Bays restaurant, all
Blue
that.
Dolphin.
Don't do that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. Look, I'm rambling. You know what I do.
Chuck said they're called foodie calls. They're
foodie calls.
Not
yes.
foodie calls. That's a good foodie call.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Foodie calls. Avoid foodie calls because, like I've said on previous episodes, women should know if they're sexually attracted to an individual early on. So I'm not going to spend all my effort and all my attention on you if there's no benefit for me. No, that's not the only thing I care about or the only thing I want, but I'm in this for a reason. I need to get some cookies. Period. You want a meal, so do I. It's really that simple.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of cookies, doesn't that take us into our next topic?
It does. It does. But before that, we didn't have one of you guys' audible question, because, you wanted to say an audible question, how much, do you want to read it or you want me to read it?
We can. I mean, the audible, but we spent a minute on this topic, but anyway.
We did, but we'll end it on this.
The audible was, how much do you expect to spend on a first date?
All right. So with our Instagram thing, I will go into that with our next topic. But for me, baby, this is our first date. We're supposed to be getting to know each other. If you're spending, honestly, more than $60 to $100, I don't know what you're doing. I honestly, I'm not here to get wound or swooned. I want to know who you are, what you're about, what's going on with you. I want to make sure that we have the same chemistry in person as we did over the phone, because obviously our phone conversation was pretty good for us to get to a first date. So I want to make sure that, you know, we vibe together physically. That doesn't mean sex. That literally means a physical vibe. Like, I can look you in your eyes, you can look me in my eyes. We're like, you know, yeah, we could turn and blush and all that cutesy shit, whatever. But like, I want to make sure that there is some type of continuous laughing conversation. There's something going on between us two that we can find something funny to laugh at or talk about in any matter. It's never that, oh,
that dead air.
I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, I don't want that. I want to make sure that we're good. So I will be the one to go. I like me a 2 for $20, honey. Okay. I like me some good some pot stickers, okay? So like, I don't mind going to like a Fridays and just getting appetizers. Like, we don't have to even have a meal. Like, we just get a simple appetizer. We're really just there to converse. That's just all it is. Get me like a little P. Diddy lemonade and call it a day. Like, I will be perfectly fine. You know, of course, it got Ciroc pineapple in there, a little spritz of some grenadine. You know, I know the order.
Like that.
But that's what it. Listen, they got it at Fridays, or it's $7. That's a nice wine, nice white wine, only $7 a glass. Anyway, the point is that we're supposed to be knowing each other, getting to know each other. I don't also want to be stuffing my mouth with food and going, oh yeah, I don't do that. No, that's stupid. So yeah, if you're spending over $100, for me over 60, but if you're spending over $100 on a first getting to know you in person date, you doing too much tripping. But that's just me.
I agree wholeheartedly. 60 is my limit.
Really?
We are not going above that.
Yeah,
we have no. I mean,
it's not a cheap date. I think it's just out of the mere fact of, like I said, we're getting to know each other. Like, I'm not supposed to be blowing. And I'm sorry, Trey, but in all retrospect, I do not know you from a hole in a wall. And this is not my standards being low. I've been like this since I was little. Like, I don't know you, fam. You don't know me. Who are you to blow money on me? That's part of either your rent, your car note, your car insurance, something. It's got to go to something. And for you to spend $150, $200 on me, and then you never call me back, or I never call you back, somebody's ghosting each other, or it doesn't work out, bruh, I would be tight. I would be mad.
Only dudes that are doing that are, and I can't say the word, so I'll say they are being very simply iced tea. I'll say that. So if you're giving out, because those guys are doing it in expectation. They're thinking, oh, the more I shell out, the more you're gonna give it up. Like, no.
That's not necessarily the case, but in my situation, and I can speak for me personally, the very first official date that Hubducer and I went on, he spent like $200.
But you all knew each other beforehand.
We did know each other beforehand.
What I'm saying. That's the difference.
And I think with all of my pretty much all of my relationships, like, I met the guy, and then we formed some type of something beforehand, like before I actually went on a date with them. So we had conversations, there was chemistry, you know what I mean? Like, we had some background on each other before we actually went out and went on the first official date. So, like,
and there was an attraction that was developed there. So yeah, he's gonna go out because ultimately he had a plan for you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He married your ass, so he gonna go all out. If he know this is what I want, hey, Chuck Clark, we can't read that whole book, dude.
No, we're gonna take a little. Wait, hold on. Okay, so Jamaica said you got those foodie dates and booty dates. Drew said $40 dinner in a movie, but no popcorn. Chuck said, I know someone whose bestie contacted me on Plenty of Fish. She never would have done so on her own because she wasn't even effing with the app at the time, and the initiative led to something good. I found out a few months ago that she was going through so much back then and really planned to end it, and the meeting me, and that first time changed everything for her. It's been 10 years since then, and we still mean the world to each other. So sometimes that shock can work wonders. Jamaica said it's a first date. You don't have to go deep into your pockets on a first date. Chuck said $60 plus whatever I spend on my hotel room for me, because I don't feel like driving home and I never meet anyone that lives nearby. Hey, do what you gotta do. Drew said $200 is way too much money. God damn.
But I think that is an appropriate amount for somebody that you have intentions on. I think they already had their developed friendship, which evolved into, I officially want to date you, and I want to show you how much I care about you. So I'm pulling out all the stops. In that situation, yes, I think it's appropriate. First date, hell no.
Yeah.
First
We
date,
asked
I
the
don't know you
question
from
on
nothing, yeah.
Yeah. So we asked the question on Instagram, and it was a 50-50 decision. It was less than 150 she used to spend on a first date, or more than 200. So it was 50-50, which I thought was pretty. I want to say weird, but I will say I'm surprised. Like I will say I'm thoroughly surprised that people answered that. We asked it on our poll on our Instagram too, and Jen86 said the 50 range for a first date is okay. Chester Picks, shout out to Dennis, said depends on the vibes beforehand. I am in lust, then I spend more to feed my ego because she would tell her friends and I will get good points enough that they might let me smash as well. If I like her, I'll spend less and focus more on the intimate quality time.
Okay. I mean, we asked the same question in our
Trey, we
Discord.
kind of just said what you said. like you know, the money that you dishing out is proven like is the more likely chance that she probably will drop panties for you. So you guys were saying like the more I spend, the more money that I will dish out for you, the more chances I'm just trying to get some cookie from you. The less money I spend on you on our food place is because I actually want to sit down and really talk to you and get to know you on a more intimate like mode. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and the consensus is pretty much the same in our Discord. People were saying that it really depends on where you're going and what you're doing to determine how much money you're going to spend.
Yes.
Dartsy says, I would say it depends on where you're going as to how much you spend. Big Daddy says it really depends on the person because like for me, 200 is a lot for a first date, but I will make sure we both have a great time or at least try to have a great time. Crazy 1981 says I got 5 on it. So...
Not Drew saying Trey just trying to smash goods. My goodness.
My gosh.
Woo, Lord.
I am way more proper than that, sir. Anyway.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, more proper.
It's bound to happen.
No proper.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's no, not over 150 is still way too much. If you put an option on there for 40 to 60, I bet you that jump would have won out. I bet money, and we can put it up later to see if we can verify. Y'all check it out on the. Matter of fact, in the comments on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, let us know what put the number sign and the amount in. That's it. How much would you spend on a date?
Hey Chuck, you gotta like that. That being said, that hotel I usually got for myself usually ended up with my date inviting themselves over for the night.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey.
That must have been a good conversation there, Chuck.
Right.
And sometimes it can go like that. You can have that chemistry with an individual. Yeah, but it sucks when you meet somebody for the first time and then they disappear. Which leads us into our next topic. So have you yourselves, ladies on the panel, or those in the comments, ever been in a situation where you have been ghosted or dumped after having sex?
3 times!
I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to laugh at that. I'll let you. Well, I'll go first this time. I have experienced the pump and dump, quote unquote. That's what happened to me. I had sex with somebody and they disappeared. A total amount of 1 times in my life. It didn't work out. I guess my performance was not. And I'm not saying I'm a god, but you know, my performance was enough to stuff for their level. I don't know. And that's the only time it's happened to me. It doesn't really affect me because I still smashed. Anyway, what about y'all? Yeah, Patrice, I'm sorry. Royal, you go first.
Ooh.
My bad. Slipped up.
It's all good. I will say this, that I have been the ghoster, not necessarily the ghostie.
You evil wench.
I mean,
look at you.
I mean, listen, okay? Like Trey said, sometimes the chemistry just ain't there, okay? Sometimes it's just not there. And I have been broken off with some trash dick, okay? Trash. Absolute garbage. You understand? So, and I mean, just like, I just, you know, he would send a text message after or something like that, and I'll respond with something nice, you know, like, oh, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. He asked to see me again, and then ... And,
cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Chuck, He said, I've been told to get up early and leave because the kids / the family will get up soon.
Ooh.
Well,
wow.
Wow. So, and when it comes to the ghosting world, I know Casper very well. He's like my best friend almost. That's never there. I've been ghosted way too many times to count. Not after sex more specifically, but just the ghosting thing is really just annoying. Like, be a man, grow some nuts, and tell me it is what it is. You don't like me. You don't want to talk to me no more. Whatever. I don't care. Just tell me what it is. When it comes to after the sex, I am more so of the ghoster. And it's not done on purpose. It's just I don't know what to say to you after that. If it's good, we're gonna keep conversation. We're gonna keep going, talking and stuff like that. But if it's subpar to like horrible, which I've been unfortunately on the horrible end of the stick, I just don't reach out no more. I don't engage anymore. Because it's almost like that it wasn't good because you could feel the energy that it wasn't good. And so therefore I don't think I need to bring up trauma. Like keep getting triggered. So I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. I did actually just not talk to I have a story time for you guys later on in the show's history going forward if it ever should come up. But it was really bad. It was a really, 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 really bad sex link up. And I did not talk to that person. I did not call, did not text for a whole entire week. And then they called me a week later and was like, I answered the phone. I'm like, hello? And they were like, damn, was the dick that bad? And I'm like, oh, wow.
Some people are honest like that.
Well.
Yeah, but I unfortunately had to tell them. That was the first time I've ever told a dude that their dick was whack, and it was the most awkward and weirdest thing I've ever went through, and I don't want to do it again. So,
before I hate to cut you off, but I have to get this in.
Yeah,
I think it's appropriate to have those types of conversations. I think
It
we should be. But listen. I think this is what we preach here. We want to communicate. We want to break that stigma of people not willing to talk, because you're going to have some dude who thinks I'm King Dingaling running around here thinking he's smashing guts like that guy said. And he was never told about himself. Mm-hmm. He was never informed that, hey, and gentlemen, you should have the carte blanche to be like, so if you're ghosting me, so was the dick trash? Like, if we are truly, like, I know I said that women and men can't be friends, but if we're truly going to go down the friends path on this, and you've already seen it, you already know what it is, you know what I'm working with, why can't I go to you and say, hey, what do you have suggestions for me? What constructive criticism can you provide me so that the next person can be better? I can do better next time. Like, stop being an asshole. Like, help people do better.
No, I completely understand that and get it. I think it's a person-to-person kind of ordeal. Mm-hmm. I'm just a person, I don't even want to say it's confrontation, but it will lead to confrontation. Mm-hmm. Also, in retrospect, I mean, I'm not in the streets, but, the block know me. And it's one of those things where you don't know how some men will react to certain things, right? And sometimes it's the situation you have to be able to put yourself in. So it's just like, yeah, like we can do this, we can whatever may have you, and I could talk to you a certain type of way, and I'm getting to know you and everything like that. But it's just like, if I should tell you that your performance was lack thereof, or there was something that was done that I just didn't like personally for me, or anything like that, you have some men who will just go on a rampage. Like, I'm not even talking about being violent. I'm just talking about going on a rampage. Like, oh, well, I didn't like, on the street, you be talking, they be like, oh, you fine? Like, no, thank you, I'm all good. Well, fuck you then, you ugly bitch. Like, it just, it just happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff just happens. But for me personally, I'm just not a person of, like, confrontation or belittling or whatever. I understand what you're saying, Trey, and like aiding that person to become better in the bedroom and everything, but sometimes I think that it's just a you thing, not a they thing, if that makes sense. Like, it is understandable that me and you might not be great sexual partners because you do something that I personally hate and do not like. But the 4 or 5 girls that you claimed before you was screaming your name to the neighbors was knocking on the door, I mean, they enjoyed it. Go back to them or the other chicks that enjoyed it. But I personally don't like it. But like I said, that was the first time that I have said to a person, I didn't like it. Now, I haven't had that experience since to say to a person, I didn't like it. Like, you know, but that definitely taught me in that moment, like, it's okay to call a person, or it's okay to text a person, or it's okay to tell a person, like, hey, these are the 1, 2, 3s that happened that I personally didn't like and I don't want. I don't know if you were off your game. I don't know if this was happening, but yeah, I don't foresee myself doing this with you again. Yeah. You know, that was like I said, that was my first time. Now, I hope I don't ever have to say it again. But that was my first time. Like, you know, like,
I think it also depends on how the guy is handling it too. You know what I mean? Like, I would be more inclined to instruct you on, you know, the whatever I feel like the do's and don'ts are, depending on how you approach a situation. Like, don't come at me cocky and acting like you King Ding-a-ling when you are coming up short. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was in the sense where I had to tell somebody it was bad. It was actually during, while we were, you know, not even
I've done
afterwards,
that too.
But it was during, like, when I had to stop, and he's like, well, I'm not done. I'm like, well, I am. There was nothing else that could be done. And then, I mean, you know, the way that he handled the situation was like, well, he's dealt with all these other women who have been satisfied. And like Shay said, well, go back to them.
Yeah.
Because,
like, I literally have to open up the lips and say, you see it? It's right there.
Okay,
right.
So, yeah. But the thing is, like I was saying earlier, if we broke the stigma of what you guys have been saying as far as the whole, because it's not all of us that are going to act toxically and be violent or verbally abusive. I've catcalled, definitely, but I've never been, oh, fuck you, bitch, you're a woman. Like, all right.
Well, babe, that's not you. That's
no. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen, let me get this out. So, majority of us are not like that. There are a few bad apples that are making it worse for all of us that are doing that. So, what I'm saying here is that gentlemen, and I'm putting the emphasis on the gentlemen, not the responsibility on your ladies. Gentlemen, reach out and make this request. And you see more of that happening. You will see more that women will be like, oh, wow, you're the first guy to ever ask me for a dick report card. Gentlemen, ask for your fucking report card. Because you need to know what's up. Like, you can't just go on your own volition that I'm King Ding-a-ling. Regardless of your size, because we all know that, in all honesty, you could have whatever, well, not whatever, but you could have average and still be doing fine. And still be, you know, saying, knocking IUDs out of place. So, hey, ask for your report card.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Gross example. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was not a good thing. But you get my point. So I do have.
I am hurt.
Right, that hurt me.
I don't even have one, and I feel it. I
had one. That shit.
That is not. Quickly. I'm sorry, Trey, for the comments. Let's say, okay, Jamaica said, I am a ghost. Drew said, give him a high five and a slap on that ass and send him on his way. Jamaica said, not on purpose. Your boyfriends, Drew? Oh, Lord. Jamaica said, not on purpose, though, unfortunately. Drew said, practice makes perfect. The more practice you get, the better you get. That is a lie. Graham said, if dude said her vagina was like a hallway, but she says he had a micro Slim Jim, who wins? I don't.
It's a bad situation.
We don't body shame. We don't body shame. Okay, so we're not even going to answer that. We're not even going to answer that. Chuck says, I'm never trying to. So Chuck, I like this one. Drew called you an a-hole, Trey. Anyway, Chuck said, I'm never trying to be an employee of the year. I'm just trying to not get fired and have a regular job. Like, you know, I will say that I am that person that does ask, because with an ex that I had, like, we just did it. I don't know why we did, but it would always be like, so did you like this? Did you like that? Like, what was this like with you? Whatever. And I think it's more so with a person I'm comfortable with, I'll sit there and say, like, was this, you know, how, was the throat giving today? Was it like my top 5 or what? Like, what was the percentage that I was batting at? Like, you know, so like, you know, I always like to talk about that with my partner, just to make sure that, like, you know, we're keeping each other up on the pleasure scale and everything like that. When it comes to a person the person that I'm just knocking the boots with, you have, like, for me, you have one impression to give. That's it. This is the one time you finna get. So if you're not giving your all I can't continue afterwards. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I give my all because I don't want nobody talking about me in these streets. That's just me. But I don't want to, like, if you're gonna do it the best way that you possibly can. Now, if you have something, because this person's excuse was, oh, I was drinking earlier, I was drunk at 5 o'clock. Okay. If you need help on a Wednesday. So like my whole thing is this. It's just like, don't make excuses. Like, if I'm telling you something, it was off for me, just take it, accept it, and say, all right, cool. Don't give me the whole, well, these other chicks was blah, 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 blah. That's crazy. I haven't seen a cover letter or a resume to back up those facts. So I don't care. Like, it's not about me. I don't care about what squirting you did for these other females. I want to know how you made it for me, and you didn't make nothing happen. All you did was waste my time and waste air going in between my legs. That's pretty much it. So, if we're gonna keep doing this, if we're gonna be adults, obviously, if I'm gonna unfortunately be single forever, then the conversation will be had. Hopefully, once again, I don't have to have this conversation. But yes.
Royal, anything to add?
No, I have nothing to add. I agree completely with Chase.
Okay, all right. So you guys also listen here. Are we giving up the cookies too early? When do you start giving the girlfriend boyfriend treatment? So I do have something to say about this in reference to something that Chase said, as far as giving your all. I personally think that, this is me being extra toxic. I can't help it. You. This is your audition. This is your audition to show why I should make this a real thing. This is the ladies' audition. Show me what you're doing. Show me what you got. Yes, your orgasm and your pleasure is important, but I think you got to show up and show out, because I can get box from over there or over there.
Yeah.
What you got to make you stand out? Yeah. I've done the work. I've done the work to get you to the point that you're willing to have sex with me. Now, show me what you got. Show me what you're working with. Why? What's going to make me come back to you time and time again? What's going to make me want to give you the boyfriend treatment?
I guess. So I guess what
generally speaking, of course.
Generally speaking, okay. So you're saying that women should be putting in the work when it comes to sex. I'm not saying, I feel like it should be a 50-50, obviously. Like, if you have some body impairments, I mean, hey, I've had a recent interaction, and I was like, I don't know why you acting like I can throw it back like a thoroughbred and ride at the same time. I can't. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to do something different. Like you have to be honest about what you're gonna be able to do. But what I will say, when it comes to the terms of the cookies, because Trey's like, oh, I want the cookies, I want the cookies. All right.
Never said that.
Did you not just say earlier? He was like, I want the cookies. I'm gonna get the cookies. If I bring you to dinner, I want to get the cookies. Did you? You said I want to get the cookies. That's what you said.
Like that.
I want the cookies. And the cookie monster. I want to get the cookies.
I'm about to say, you acting like a whole ass cookie monster. I mean, you just call it like you see it.
If you're giving me free cookies, don't make me go down that road.
I love the Cookie Monster. Okay, that's my favorite. That's my favorite off of Sesame Street. I love the Cookie Monster. But in any regards, I know that we've talked about over the show over a course of what are we on our 13th or 14th episode 14th, right now?
14th.
Oh man.
Too much as it is.
But yeah, I know Trey's, this is like your 80th for the year so far. Right. But yeah, so when it comes to like giving up the cookies too soon or anything, for me, I don't think there is a too soon unless you just say hi and then there you go. Here's my vagina. Here it is for you on a platter. But I do think that, I don't believe in one night stands. I think that's gross, but that's just personally me. Who am I? But I think when it comes to giving it up too soon or giving up the D too soon, giving the cookies too soon, or taking away sex, doing boyfriend, girlfriend behaviors that are manifesting into marriage, and you're not even close to getting that at all. I mean, I think that's just an evaluation that's a self-reflection that you have to do all the time. Like, am I putting myself out there so much for this person who's only giving me this % back? And I hate when people go, oh, you're not even doing hubby duties. You're not even doing wifely duties. I'm doing wifely duties for a man who's not even my husband. Listen, there's no such thing. I want y'all to hear this. There is no such thing as wifely duties and husband duties. What there is, I'm saying, well, listen. What I'm saying is that if you are in a relationship and you are for each other, by each other, you're in love and you're in a relationship, you are in a relationship with a person. You are doing what you want that person to do for you, vice versa. Okay. Now, when you're starting to go out your way extremely, like when you're starting to do too much, like legal stuff is going on. Yes, we're doing wifely and hubby duties that you don't need to be touching. Like I don't need to be putting my name on no car note for you. You're not even my husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be a co-signer for nothing. I don't need a co-signer for a house. I don't need a co-signer for this. Like, we're not married.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? My name should not be on no deed and no house, and I am not married to you. So that's what I'm saying. That's hubby and wifey duties. You see what I'm saying? When we're two people in a relationship, give and take. That's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, I can't sit here and be like, I come to our apartment, because once again, I ain't putting my name on no house or no deed with no husband, but I'm coming to our apartment, I'm coming to a condo, and I'm washing dishes, and I'm vacuuming, I'm over here doing these wifely duties. No, ho, you are cleaning your house. Like, what? Like, that's what you're doing. I don't understand, like, you know, so that's what I'm saying is giving up the cookie too soon, giving up the D too soon, that's all on y'all's agenda whenever you want to do that. And there's no judgment over here. But at the same time, don't shame the other person for doing so and then go, well, you should have given it up to me too quick or do whatever. But yeah, that's just my take on it.
Royal?
I mean, honestly, I feel like, for one, I guess it depends on the situation for me. So when I think boyfriend girlfriend treatment, we're talking about not only just like the things that you could do for them, like Chase was saying, how people going overboard, you signing for a car and stuff like that. That's just doing a little bit too much for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like in terms of sex, I'm not the one that's gonna give up my all immediately. Like I just feel like, you know, it's something that needs to be earned, kind of. Like Trey said, what did you say, Trey? Like, you have to pretty much earn your keep. You know what I'm saying?
In a way, yes.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay.
I feel like, you know, we have to get to the point where I'm going to give you everything. Like, you know, yeah, okay, you want me to give you head or, you know, we having sex, I'm giving you my C rate. I'm not bringing my A game.
So, but that's the problem there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to read the comments before you went in, if you don't mind. Sure. Chuck said, you only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This is your opportunity. It comes once in a lifetime. Yes, shout out to Eminem. Jamaica said, it's 5 o'clock is happy hour. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're walking with. Okay. Graham said, porn will fuck up sexual expectations. It will. Drew said, Trey is a goddamn Cookie Monster. Chuck said, F that. You say num num? Anyway, Chuck said, F that. First and foremost, I'm showing my appreciation for choosing my services because it's definitely not that easy to find even a part-time job out here, and you could have easily hired someone else or given someone else the audition/interview. Drew said, who the hell are you meeting? Before I got married, every time was the last time because the single life, you never know when the next time you gonna get some good wanted sex.
Facts. Like I said, it's I think it's an audition for you guys. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying, and I don't get that and twisted and say, no, I just gotta lay back and you're doing. Yes, I have to perform as well. I absolutely have to perform. I have to show up and show my ass as well. However, we women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. Why should I make you my girl? Why should I make you number one? Just let me finish. Show me why you want this job. Why should I let you in? I have, and I'm not talking from personal experience, but an example. I am the male. I am the pursued in a lot of directions. So women are coming at me and they're trying to get my favor. They're trying to get that spot. They want to come under my provision. Why should I let you get that spot?
I feel like it's changed though, right? I mean, not necessarily changed, but I feel like the situation is flipped. Isn't the woman the one that's supposed to be the one that's pursued? Like I'm the one that's sought after.
We are pursuing you for what? What are we pursuing you for?
Whatever you pursuing is for, sex, relationships, whatever. We're the ones that are pursued. Yes.
And yeah, well, we're pursuing you because we want to mate. We are biologically driven to want to fuck. We're biologically driven to do so. Relationships, in all honesty, is a social construct that we created as higher thinking beings. But because we got to play by those rules, we'll do so. We are pursuing you for sex, and whether or not it's good or not is whether or not we'll stick around. Men, we are not as fickle when it comes to that, but there are a lot more caveats that come along with us making that choice. But this is, I want to say 60% of your grade. Sex is worth 60% in that scenario. So everything else will factor into that. So is that 60 good? Is it acceptable? Is it commendable? Is it stellar? Like, let me know. Sorry.
Same over here, yeah. Because if your dick is whack, babe, I don't care how nice you are. I can't be with you. I can't. And
you say that.
I just feel like
no. I say that because it's true. I personally cannot be with a person that I do not have great sex with. I cannot do it. Sex to me is a greater part of my relationship. Intimacy without sex is a greater part of my relationships. If I don't have that intimacy, if I don't have that sexual connection with you, I cannot do it. I want to be able to look at you walking towards me and waterfalls are falling between my thighs. If I do not have that for you, I cannot do it. I can't. I have to be so sexually attracted to you that I'm just like, yo, we get in the milk real quick. Like, like slap that ass real quick when I'm getting this milk. I have to have such a built on sexual experience with you. I want to be able to be 50 years old and be like, come on, Henry. Come on and knock the dust off this pussy. Like I want to be able to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that is just who I am. Intimacy is a very, very, very big deal to me. And you can be the nicest and sweetest person to me. You could take, well, I don't know if you even got to the step of you taking care of me, but like, you could be like the bomb to how you are to me. But if I am not able, y'all know who the person I was talking to, whatever, but I haven't had nothing with them. If this man came to me and gave me bad dick, I'd be like, I cannot do it. It's very important to me. Now, I'm not saying sex is just my basis of my relationships, and if I don't have it, I can't do it at all whatsoever. It's the mere fact of our connection. Like, I've had great connection with people. Like, when I told you guys about the whole teeth fishing thing, me and this man was on the phone talking for hours, like for days, like great conversation. I was like, yo, this is dope. And you're gonna come to me with your teeth doing the crip walk, and then like, even because your teeth looking like that, the kissing was horrible. If I can't even get past the kissing, fam, do you think I'm finna get you in my panties?
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel the intimacy thing. Like I want that, that chemistry, that connection, and everything. All I'm saying is that if we are, just now getting into it or whatever, I am not the one that's gonna give you the sex will be good, but I feel like especially when it comes to head, I'm not going to give you the same thing I'm gonna give the man that is my boyfriend, husband, whatever. That's just me. That's personally, like, I'm not pulling out all of the stops, pulling out every trip. I mean,
you told us that beforehand. Like, I don't know if it was like public or private conversation, but like, you definitely have given us the backstory of that. And
you got Super Saiyan levels to that.
Yeah, Super Saiyan level. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't even leading into that.
Hey, homie, I know you can't hear me. I know you can hear me. They can't hear you, but does her hair start growing?
Listen,
I wasn't even going into that at all. That's not what I was saying.
There has been 10,000 G's put for insurance on bodily insurance for Royal, okay? Because it's just a lot of stuff be happening, right? And we thank you for living my dream. Thank you for living my dream. You are giving me hope.
This isn't even my final form.
Yeah, you're giving me hope, okay, in this world. In this world. But no, I totally understand. Like I said, thank you for the like, Jamaica. Okay, so Graham said, Trey said, you are not going to talk over me. Drew said, they better be stupendous. Chuck said 40% of your grade, but you gotta show your work on your answers. Jamaica said, "Oh no, not the dust." And truth be told, we are some women. Truth be told, there are some women out there who just want to fuck as well. Drew says spirit ball attack, and someone is over 9,000 power. Okay, all right, well then.
Oh God, I hate y'all so much.
To bring us to a wrap up, I think that everybody wants to please everybody in this world when you're partners with each other, right? So you want to give your all as much as you want somebody to give your all to. But at the end of the day, whether you're giving it up too soon or you're making them wait too long, if y'all is knocking the boots and it is not, it's not functional, if you like it, you can have it, because I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave. Peace out.
I personally think that, and you're totally entitled to feel that way and do what you want because it's your sex life. I think that for everyone else out there who wants
Lack
to,
thereof.
Well, maybe that's never mind. For everyone else out there, I said never mind. I will talk to you after the show. In our Discord, we can have the conversation. But I think that you should be willing to give people more than one chance. Sometimes there are bad days. Sometimes somebody's not feeling right. And sometimes you're just nervous. You don't, our mental, I can speak for all men. I think I can. But this is directly tied to that. And if this ain't right, that ain't right. And sometimes we show up and we're so excited to meet you and you've given us this access to you and we're happy. We're all over the place and we get there and it's, oh, crap. Or it doesn't even pop up. Because we have overthought ourselves out of the act. So I think that we should absolutely be willing to give people multiple chances. And women don't always have good sex as well. Sometimes women show up and they are experiencing dryness. It can happen. So
I've heard some horrible starfish stories.
Yeah, and or sometimes they just don't know because they have not asked for their sexual report card for somebody. They don't realize that, me just laying there and just doing Kegels isn't enough. No, bitch. No, it's not. You got to do more than that.
I don't even do that.
I'm about to say.
You put too much work. You put the Kegel. You did that. You talking about that's extreme. Some women don't do that when they're having sex. Like a lot of women don't do that. A lot of women don't do that.
So some are starfish, and they think all it is I just got to lay here and be his rag doll. Like, no, I do want some some people want some interactions.
That's the second time I've heard the starfish terminology. When I think starfish, I think like legs and arms spread out on the bed while y'all just going at it. That's what I think right there.
But that would be a starfish. There are some who just hands up. Then they just want to be a doll, and you just get to do what you want. It could be fun for the first 5 minutes, but damn, it's like, hey, you gonna smile? What's up? What's going on?
Nah, fam. Hike them thighs up, push up against that headboard, do the little pushback.
Do that bounce back.
Do that bounce back, baby. Put in some work, honey.
Put that work in.
Let's see. Graham said Pamela Henderson. Chuck said too soon is trying to set up a date for right after you come back from your last boyfriend's funeral, or so I've been told.
What?
Okay. And Graham said no one likes the dead fish. No one likes the.
Yeah, no.
Chuck, no. Baby, what are you talking about? Anyway, let's
wait a minute.
The funeral. What's gonna? Anyway,
I have questions. I need answers.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot. But anyway, for our last topic of this evening, I would like to bring it in since it's going to be mainly our man of the hour going to be speaking about this. So, men, we love them. We like the way they smell, the way they look, and all those things in between. And as we were just speaking about, we like when they dig us down also. But there's been a recent video. You guys all know, Kevin Samuels, the guy who be talking to people crazy on the internet. He had a young man, he was about 20 years old, that came on his show. And he basically was asking, what can I do to get help with the ladies? And automatically, he kind of came at him wrong. He was just like, well, how fat are you? Automatically, you weigh 200 something? To what do you weigh?
What's your weight?
20 years old? What's your height? What's your weight? Are you, and this is the part that killed me when he said, what's your dick size? And he's like, he's like, what do you mean? He's like, what's your dick size? He's like, above average. he was like above average. He's like, no, don't give me none of that above average. Like either you got a big dick or you got small. He goes, I got a big dick. So now we know Kevin Samuels has a big dick, according to him.
According to him.
My whole thing was this: if the man said above average, why are you inquiring more? He gave you what you wanted. Like leave him alone. But anyways, I thought the way he talked about the way that I thought he spoke to him was disrespectful, and I don't think you should speak to anyone. I'm just a person of respect. You don't speak to anyone in any kind of malicing way. But regardless of the fact, he talked about like just how he looked, what his aesthetics was, and everything. So I thought this would be a great topic to bring to the show. We're talking about men aesthetic. We talk about women, how they should look, how they should be dressed, how they should be properly put together, how to keep themselves pimp and proper throughout the relationship and everything. But we rarely hear how a man foresees himself to be looking during a relationship, before the relationship, and just like how he should be presenting himself to women. So I thought it would be nice to have our own Trey Proper give us his 1, 2, 3s of what he thinks a man aesthetically should be looking like and throughout the relationship, during, and all that other stuff. So Trey, please tell me, what do you think a man should look like and how should he be presenting himself for the ladies?
Me personally, let me preface this by saying, I am not Kevin Samuels. I do this as a joke. These are my real glasses. I need them to drive and see long distances. But anyway, I'm not a fashion designer. If you see me in person, are you really still looking at the pictures that you chose right now and having moments?
I am. Did you see that? Ooh.
I don't care. I'm not the most fashionable person in the world. I don't think that, as far as what women want in men, I believe that generally speaking, not all. You guys are not looking at us for the fashion sense and stuff like that. Yes, a nice suit, I've heard it thousands of times, heard it before the show started. Us in nice tailored suits does something for you. But the question is, why is that? The reason why that is because it gives off the air of what? I have money. Not saying you're gold diggers, not saying anything like that, but hypergamy is real. So you're looking at somebody in a well-tailored suit because, you know, he has some type of provision. He has some capabilities of providing security. So with men, if you want to look good in women's eyes, you have to dress the part. You have to look the part. That's also going part of your whole face fronting representative. You're not going to show up with holy jeans, I mean, unless you're in that type of area, or stains on your jeans, because it makes you look like you're dirty. You know, women want you to look clean. They want you to at least look like you got a little bit of money. I'm not saying you got to be, quote unquote, the bad word here, high value. Not saying that at all. But you have to give off the appearance of some type of provision. I'm also not a woman, so I don't know exactly what women want. I can't tell you what you want because I'm not in the market to buy to pursuing men. I can only say what my perception is. You want us to look clean. You want us to look like we have a little bit of money, and also our teeth can't be crip walking, like you said. So we got to look some type of way. But I think the standard is that simple.
How do you feel a man should look? What do you think a man should look like?
That's what I'm telling you. I can't tell you that because I'm a man. I don't know what. I can only go. My answer is I can only go by the perception that you guys give off, and that's what you go after. What you. The dudes that are in the pictures that she just got all that shit about. Those dudes, if them dudes was rolled around in mud, she wouldn't have the same perception. She wouldn't have the same reaction. So I can only go based on what you say. So my opinion.
The shirt is off and the mud is dripping. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, so if we go physical body shape, then we go with the same things that men want from women. That generally some men want from women. They want them to be fit. They want them to have abs and the pecs and the arms and the back muscles and all that other stuff. Because don't shake your head, Miss Chase, because you didn't have not one BHM in your little camera roll.
First of all.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
First of all,
yes or no?
Before we started the show, I looked up. First of all, let's bring up this little part that really did make me mad before the show. I looked up men aesthetic. And the only things that came up was white and Asian men. That did irk me. Like that, and I scrolled. I kept scrolling. And no black man showed up. It wasn't until I typed in black male aesthetic. That's when those photos, even the white boy with the ponytail came up. Okay, and that still.
No, the black man aesthetic with the ponytail.
Yeah, and so with that, that's what came up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show, just like Trey saying, I'm going to agree with him on this part, that just goes to show that that's what some women, most women want a man to look like and an ideal a man to look like, because those were the first 10 pictures that popped up on the webpage. Now, if I went deeper and it was like BHM or like, you know, black handsome man or a black man,
so
or whatever.
The reason I'm calling you out about that is because my point is you just prove what I was saying by your selection of the pictures. Because if it was really that important to have the BHM aesthetic, then you would have put those in those pictures, and you would then your reactions, your that all that would be more understandable. But generally speaking, women do want fit men. They do want men who look a certain way. Generally speaking, so no, I'm saying we were going back and forth earlier about that, and I'm saying if you really felt that way. Okay, fine. The point is, I can't say I am going to hug you so much.
Just a couple of weeks, guys. We'll be together again.
Gonna hug her. Just gonna hug the life right out of her. Anyway, yeah, I can't say what women want. Like I said, again, I can't. I can only go by the perception that you get off. Physically fit, money, at least some type of money, and being hygienic, you know, and not being crazy.
Yeah,
that's what I think you guys.
I think
want.
hygiene is a big thing. A lot of men don't understand that, I don't think. At least from the horror stories that I've heard from my single friends.
Is it money?
No, hygiene.
Oh yeah.
Hygiene.
Oh yeah. BO is a big problem for whatever reason.
Oh my God, I don't understand. Like, men out here, like, literally not wiping their asses. Like, I don't understand.
No. We're not gonna do that here. Nope.
I'm sorry, not all men. Not all men. Not all.
But listen, this is the thing. There's been so many videos of young men, okay, who have admitted that they do not take the wash rag between their cheeks because they feel like it brings some type of
Maybe it makes it feminine or like, something like that.
Like,
just let the water run between the crack of your ass. Like, what's the problem?
Hairy doo-doo rolls in your butt. Like, I don't understand it. Like, that is so nasty to me. Like, yes, Trey.
Here's the rule. You got a washcloth for your face, you got a washcloth for your body, you got a washcloth for your ass. And when you wash your ass, you floss that motherfucker. You get up in there, you clean it. You know what I'm saying? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Every grown man.
In on my man flossing his butt cheeks.
And he's flossing.
Not flossing.
What's the question? What's the question? I'm washing.
I don't want him walking on me flossing. See, I can like that. That's a disturbing sight. I'm not gonna hold you. Can you imagine walking down somebody and taking a washcloth just really ragging up in there? That's some crazy stuff, man. Tell me, just put the image in yet.
I'm just looking at the comments, but no, like it's real simple. Like you gotta clean your ass. You got to. Like
you got to.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to ignore that one, but fuck it. Okay, so checking the comments on Chuck Clark. I definitely know someone with quite the fucked up grill who looks like trash, who's got a wife, kids, and a little harem apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Chuck, stop it. And Graham, I say everyone should be comfortable in their shit. Like y'all said, like I said in the beginning of the show, someone will want you regardless. I kind of agree, and I agree with you there. But the question is, what's the standard? Because there are standards.
It's standards,
yeah. There are standards.
Exactly. So both men and women have said some people's preferences are closer to the standard, and some are not. So it really is a case-by-case thing. Do you want a clean asshole? Do you not want a clean asshole? Exactly. Like, no, no.
Yes, Chuck, get the PP2. Get your weenie. I'm tired of y'all.
Yes.
I love going into the bathroom after a man and seeing that random piece of tissue in the toilet. Because that to me means that you use the bathroom and then you flush the toilet and then you was like, let me get this tissue. I don't know why you don't do it beforehand, but you get the tissue. You get the tip and then you throw it in the toilet. But for whatever reason, you don't think of doing that before you flush. But anyway, regardless of the fact, I see it.
He thought about it. That's the part that matters. He thought about it.
Done. And that is what makes my heart happy. Because what makes me more mad is any man who thinks it's cute to have the nerve to pull down your pants and make me meet your meat with some pee
dripping off of it. That's just
Or,
disgusting.
or I see wet dots on your boxers, or I have the smell of urine on there. That is disgusting. Grow the fuck up. Like, that is nasty. Wipe yourself. Clean yourself. Be a grown man. Be an
I could
adult.
not be a woman, Joe.
Okay.
No, you couldn't. Okay, I'm telling
I
y'all,
couldn't be a woman.
you could not deal with some of the stuff that we've had to deal with down
Imagine
there.
standing
I think
with
I
a man in
said,
a hotel, and he gets up, and you look over,
and it's
and them sheets, and then
not just that, but I think I've said before, when we go down there, we can smell everything. So you talking about
Everything.
urine smells. We can smell if you didn't wipe your ass correctly. We can smell it all.
Hotel room, before we hit, I'm in the shower just in case. That's just GP.
I mean, I thought that was like genuinely what everybody did, was always take a bath and before you do anything. But when I speak of male aspect, and the reason why I was going all crazy and just something about black men just do it for me, regardless of how you look. I love bigger men, obviously, but I just love when black men just are.
When they look,
they just look.
Listen, let me tell
They
you
just-
the
just when they-
drip on a
when-
black
when-
man. Do you understand?
When the sun is hitting you correctly with the nice hairline or the crisp double edge lineup with the dreads, okay? Like with the beard lined up too to a faux, whether you got the
I'm getting
lamb
this
chops,
shape up. Jesus, leave me alone.
whether you got the lamb chops, the flavor saver, the mustache, the goatee. Listen, I know
Whatever you
all
got going.
terms. I know, because I would go into the barbershop and be like, I want my man to have a nice lineup. I want to shave 5, get the clippers cleaned up right here. I want it nice and soft at the top. Listen, okay? Because I love when black men just are. They just look good, okay?
Yes.
And yes,
We thank you.
the suits do it. Like, we love a good suit because it looks nice and fitted on you, and it looks nice. But my whole thing when it comes to like suits, not because you look like you have money, but because you know how to put yourself together.
There it is.
You know how to dress
There it
very
is.
nicely. Like, you know how to coordinate.
And it doesn't even have to
something,
be the
whatever.
suit all the
And, like,
time.
I like when y'all had the suits
What I
with the little
said.
color coordinated little scarf in here
Yeah.
that be matching the lining on the inside.
So what I said was give the appearance. Appearance. I'm
Oh
not
my
saying. I said it earlier. Women are hypergamous. Yes, you do date up. I do believe that. I think that is a fact. However, we're talking about us at this level. So you have to give the appearance. Your representative. You can't show up covered in mud. You can't show up looking like a bum. You can't show up with like some dudes used to when they was kids chewing on their t-shirt, so the whole front of their t-shirt is gnarled up. You can't
Those
show
are
up.
some
to date.
bad behind kids.
I'm just
Those
saying,
are some bad kids.
exactly. But if a grown man did that and it was coming to his first date and he walks in with a shirt in his mouth, you can be like,
Did you guys
"No,
ever see
I
the
was just holding the seat
commercial?
for my sister. I'm leaving."
Yeah. Did you guys ever see the commercial where the guy sits down? It was like a loose neck shirt. Like, he had wore it a lot and he had just put it on for the date. And she was like, "Oh, well, you look comfortable." Like, was like this, you know. Chuck, don't you ever say that again in your life. No one's ever too fat for a suit, okay? Fat men in suit really do it for
They do,
no
though.
reason.
So that
They
goes
do
to
that.
one of the comments that I saw
Right.
on YouTube. Jamaica was saying, you can get a nice suit from the Salvation Army. That is true. But a tailored suit, tailored suit,
will do you
it's
good.
tailored to your body. So
You-
it fits better. And also, you know, the perception again is that it costs a lot of money to do so. It really doesn't if you know
It
where you're going.
doesn't. You can get your suit from the Salvation Army and then take it to a
Exactly.
tailor.
But
They
again,
will
the
bring it in.
perception,
Yeah.
perception
Well,
of dating is what we're talking
But
about.
coming from a single woman who look at men all day, it like I don't know what it is, but I love when a man just looks put together. Like, now, the put together doesn't have to be a suit, doesn't have to be a nice, what do y'all call it? A cigar jacket? No, not a cigar jacket. What is
Smoking
it?
jacket.
Smoking jacket, thank you. Like, when there's a nice smoker's jacket or something, like, the face? What's up with the face? What's going on here?
How many of us are actually wearing smokers jackets?
I'm just saying, if we're talking about the
Yeah,
nice
make that
clothes,
point.
Talk
it's
about
either-
us.
if we're talking about a smoker's jacket, if we're talking about, like, you know, you don't got to wear the stupid turtlenecks all the time and stuff like that. Oh, but a turtleneck with a gold chain around it, wow. Little gangster.
I don't even
But
need the gold
anyway,
chain. I just need the guy to look
but
well
yeah.
put together. That's pretty much
Yes.
it. It doesn't matter if you have on jeans and a t-shirt and some sneakers or whatever. If you got on sweatpants, if you look like you can put yourself together, your outfit looks nice and you smell good, that's it. Okay?
It's
That's
already
it
not
right there.
fair that y'all have really nice eyelashes. Like, we already are mad at y'all for that. It's not
Yes.
fair that some of y'all are born with naturally nice arch and shaped eyebrows.
Arched eyebrows. I was thinking the same thing.
Like we hate that. So you guys honestly do get the aesthetics that females want, and I think maybe that might be the reason. Like, if you have the natural female aesthetic that like we want, we're more than likely probably wanting you because you got what we want. Like, I don't know, it's weird, but like if I look at Jordan, he has some really nice eyelashes. I'm like, damn, I want them eyelashes, but his eyes look cute. Like, it just, and like the eyebrows, I'm like, ooh, them eyebrows look good. Like, and mind you, to men, it's just eyebrows, but to us, it's like, ooh. And then we don't ask you if you get your eyebrows done to make fun of you. We ask you because, like, damn, you get your eyebrows done, like, you really like taking care of yourself. Like,
and their eyelashes don't just be long; they be thick and long.
Oh man, it's nice. We like to see that you wash your face. Like, to see a man with a good skincare routine, we love to see it. Like, I like when a dude can put on some joggers, a regular shirt, some jean jacket, and some sneakers. It doesn't even have to be Jordans or whatever. I think sneaker apparel is stupid, but that's just me. But like, it could be Vans or whatever. But if you know how to put yourself together, like, your money every time.
Yes,
you will
every time.
Every single time. Every time. So
I agree. So yeah, it's I don't understand why.
Not the Rock's fanny pack and turtleneck photo. Please.
Yeah. Oh my God. He thought he was killing it back in the day. You know,
with the mom jeans, he definitely was. He definitely was.
I think there's something a little. There's I forgot the name of is it the not Scoville? That's hot sauce. There's a test that basically measures the level of attractiveness in people, where the more symmetrical the face is, the more ideally attractive it is. So if men are we take care of that, we get the line up, we make ourselves more symmetrical, we look more attractive to women. So, you know, that there's some validity to what you're saying as far as, I like them for their eyebrows and all this other stuff, because we're giving off symmetrical vibes, and that makes us look more attractive to you guys. So yeah, and also it goes into the whole place. You're healthy. You're biologically, you're going to be a better father. Stuff like that. It's a whole thing that I got to go.
That's like women with what men typically go for. Stereotypically, whatever. Go for women with wider hips, childbearing hips. Like, I mean, like it just kind of goes hand in hand. But regardless of the fact if you are on the slim side or if you are a bigger man, regardless of the fact, like, if you keep yourself up, like, aesthetically, you just look good. We gonna want that ass 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Like
that's a guaranteed way to get us to jump on you.
Exactly. Like, there's 100 fuckboys running around these streets, and I bet you there's one girl going, I know he ain't no good, but damn, look at him. Like, so I mean, it is what it is. Now, if you're a bigger man, holla at me. That's it.
We out you. So I think we are going to wrap things up, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, if you are interested in joining further conversations with us after the show, we have a Discord for that very reason. It is the aftercare. We talk to a lot of people. We usually talk to the same people. We do want some new people. So if you know some people, tell the people and send them on over. We will put the link in the comments. We'll put it up on the fan page. And of course, in the Discord, you know where to go. We will be letting people in shortly after this. So if there are any questions, concerns, issues, smoke that you want to send my way, whatever, I don't care. Shoot it at us. We got you.
Bad today.
That's because I'm low energy. Next week, I got some smoke for y'all. I was being very nice. Anyway, but yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We got to get to it. Thank you guys for joining us here. Ladies, tell them where they can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Katie Taste Sweet, and you can also follow me on TikTok at Chayes Inc. That's CHAYESINC.
And you can find me on IG and Twitter at Royal Rain, ROY4L.
All right. Anyway. Okay. We got to get to this aftercare. And I got to go to the bathroom. It is what it is. That's why I'm going to wrap it up.
Oh, that's what you were doing, Dance.
Knowing that. Things got good to me. So, yeah. Join us again next week. And also, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. YouTube, please hit us up there as well. Facebook, we do appreciate you tuning in. I'd rather you guys talk to us on YouTube so we can actually get things going a little bit over there. And, yeah. But either way, we're happy that you're here. So help us grow so we can do more, all the good stuff. It's your boy, Trey Proper. You can find me literally everywhere. It's Trey Proper. You already know what the deal is. And yeah, we out.
Thanks, y'all.